What's up, everybody? We're going to watch some of YouTubes again, see what's going on, maybe play some games later. So let us start. Penguin depressed. I know there's been a lot of like memes about, not meme, yeah, the penguin meme. You know, he's lonely, you know, he's like doing his own thing. So let's see what's up with this. All right. Okay.
The rock, and so she, as soon as she can, she escapes with the rock.
Dr. Ainley, is there such thing as insanity among penguins? I try to avoid a definition of insanity or derangement. I don't mean that a penguin might believe he or she is Lenin or Napoleon Bonaparte. But could they just go crazy because they've had enough of their colony?
Well, I've never seen a penguin bashing its head against a rock. They do get disoriented. They end up in places they shouldn't be, long way from the ocean.
These penguins are all heading to the open water to the right. One of them caught our eye.
That's the guy, right? Or girl. That's the one that they've been talking about. It's kind of sad. They talk about how, like, you know, it went on its own, and a lot of people interpret that as, like, you know, going against the grain, doing what they want to do. So, yeah, here we go.
The one in the center. He would neither go towards the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony.
There he goes.
Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away.
Legend.
Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why? One of these disoriented or deranged penguins showed up at the New Harbor diving camp, already some 80 kilometers away from where it should be. The rules for the humans are: do not disturb or hold up the penguin, stand still and let him go on his way. And here he's heading off into the interior of the vast continent. With 5,000 kilometers
See how they slide on their belly like smooth.
ahead of him, he's heading towards certain death.
Damn. That brother gone.
The rock, and so she, as soon as she can, she escapes with.
See what people said on here. So we all got recommended this 15 years later. Film 2007, understood in 2026. Nothing has ever spoken to me the way the wide shot of the little guy waddling to the oblivion does. Moral of the story: sometimes even after death, one may have to wait 15 years to become viral. Tell me how he died. No, I will tell you how he lived. The urge to seek something greater than yourself is universal. The penguin's not depressed. You don't get it. All right, let's see what else. Oh, the loneliest millionaire on the internet. Felix XQC Languel has lived almost entire adult life on camera. Well, let's check it out.
The first rule of being an A-list streamer is brutal, but simple. Once you turn the camera on, you never get to turn it off. To the world, he's XQC, one of the most watched, highest paid personalities on the planet.
XQC is the biggest streamer on Twitch.
The fame, the 9-figure deals, the constant roar of 40,000 live viewers. From the outside, it looks like the ultimate success story. But that is not the story you're about to see. This story is much darker. Because sometimes you get everything you ever wanted, just to lose everything that ever mattered.
Because I work during the day, so I don't have time to watch them. And I'm in Japan, so like basically when right now it's nighttime right now, so like we get in the morning in the States, right? So when I'm at work, everybody's sleeping basically in the States. Motion and temporary. So he had legal issues? You might know. I'm not watching the lore of XQC.
Now, every story about a downfall starts somewhere, and for XQC, it started at the top. Felix Languel was a professional gamer turned full-time streamer. Online, he went by XQC, and by early 2018, he'd already built a massive following. Over 200,000 people followed him on Twitch, and every night, thousands tuned in just to watch the madness unfold.
Nobody will take my virginity.
XQC was the definition of an internet troll. He talked weird, said whatever popped into his head. And yeah, he wasn't exactly the cleanest guy around, but that's not really the point, because he could make quite literally anything entertaining. Back then, the magic was in his reactions. It really didn't matter what happened. Dying in game, getting stream sniped, some annoying TTS donation. He'd explode, lose his mind, and somehow make it hilarious. But over time, the chat started catching on. They realized that the more they pushed him, the better content got. So it kind of became this game. Who could piss him off the most? Who could get the biggest reaction? Every week, the stunts got worse, and what started as harmless trolling was slowly turning into something meaner.
So the people like watching that? I guess it's entertaining when they get nuts. I don't know. You know, it's funny. I asked people at work, young people like 19, 18, do they watch Twitch? They said no. So I always wondered, like, who watches Twitch? Like, a lot of people I talk to at work, like young kids. I thought it was young kids, and I asked them. They say they don't have time to watch Twitch. Even on the weekends, they don't even watch Twitch. So I always wondered, like, who is these people watching Twitch during the day? It's crazy.
The line between the stream and real life was starting to blur. And in about 2 seconds, someone was about to take it too far.
I'm coming out, coming out, coming out.
Oh, he got swatted?
Yes. What? Hands up, hands up.
For the first time in his life, Felix found himself staring down the barrels of a few standard issue LAPD Glocks. A viewer from his stream had found his home address and called the police reporting a violent threat. This is known as swatting. It's an internet prank that's gotten people killed before. And for Felix, this was the moment that changed everything.
He had 3 guns at me.
He realized that being live meant being exposed, that anyone with a grudge or a twisted sense of humor could reach through the screen and make his real life collapse in seconds. So he started closing doors. No more personal details, no leaks, no risks. His addresses, his circle, and even what he said on stream, all of it got locked down. From that point forward, XQC was split in two. There was the version everyone knew, the chaotic, high-energy streamer who seemed to live entirely online. And then there was the other side, the one he kept completely off camera. That's where this story gets interesting, because what the internet thought they were watching wasn't real life. It was a reflection stitched together from a million half-truths.
You know what I mean? They act like this character's not them. Well, it is what it is.
Actually happening behind the scenes is a whole different story. With Felix's address being leaked online, he realized he needed to move. He left his apartment and moved in temporarily with the girl he had met just a few months ago. Her name was Sammy, a fellow streamer in the Overwatch community, better known as Adept. With a new setup and a new apartment, Felix once again went live.
What time is it? 10? I think it's time to go again.
And from the outside, nothing looked wrong. If anything, it looked better than usual.
Is this working, boys, or what?
He was streaming more than ever, laughing more than ever, making more money than ever. Every month, the numbers continued to climb. The chat was bigger, the clips were everywhere, and Twitch was basically becoming his playground. Eventually, Felix found a new place, something more permanent, and Adept moved in with him. Online, they insisted they were just roommates, but
were they dating?
Whenever they were on stream together, they didn't exactly look like just roommates. Two streamers building a life off of the same madness. They'd joke on stream, sometimes argue a little, but the infinitely parasocial chat would eat it up. If he changed rooms, it was just a new setup. If he ended the stream early, chat blamed the bad sleep schedule. Little things you only notice when you already know how the story ends. From 2020 to 2022, it was the golden run. XQC became Twitch's poster boy. He was the single most watched streamer for 3 years in a row. He'd go live for
10 hours a day? Wow. Must be nice.
Game or reacting to whatever was trending, then go to sleep, wake up, and do it again the next day. On the surface, XQC was living the perfect life. He had the fame, the dream car, the $1 million mansion, and the cherry on top of it all, Felix and Sammy finally told their fans what everyone already knew. They were dating. Everyone watching thought, damn, XQC's living the dream. And for a while, maybe he was. But in reality, everything was falling apart. To understand why everything went wrong, we need to rewind, all the way back to 2018. After moving in with Adept, the swattings didn't just magically go away. Somehow, within weeks, his address kept getting leaked online, and once it was out there, it was only a matter of time before the police showed up at his door. Felix learned fast. After those first incidents, he made sure it never happened live again. No cameras, no chat reactions, nothing for the trolls to feed on.
We'll be on the move for a little bit, but it'll be fine.
But every time he thought he'd found a safe spot, something would slip. One day he'd be streaming from one place, and the next, somewhere completely different. Sometimes he'd crash at a friend's house, or head back to Montreal to stay with his parents until he could find a new place. But none of it really felt safe.
Almost every day, the police came to our house with a full squad. I was generally...
Do people really hate him that bad that they have to swat him every time? I didn't know he was going through that. That's kind of crazy. I guess you have haters no matter what. I guess people just hate him because he's making a lot of money and he's just a young guy probably. They swatted his house and his parents' house?
Scared that I was going to die.
Now, anyone near him, Sammy, friends, family, were in danger solely because he was there with them.
Just me being around people, like, endangers them. It's just kind of, like, unfair for others.
And the worst part, there wasn't really anything he could do about it. The more famous he got, the bigger the audience became, and the more dangerous that 1% of it became too.
I don't know what the is wrong with you guys. I don't know what the is wrong with you absolute degenerates.
Moving became routine. Every so often came a new house with a new setup, and each time it looked the same. A plain, empty bedroom.
I just thought, if I purchase a home, and I'm the only person on the title, it's my home, I thought, what could possibly go wrong? And sometimes I realize, like, it just doesn't matter, dude. I can't have shit.
Whether he had an actual setup or not, he'd start streaming regardless. He simply wasn't going to let that 1% of viewers ruin it for the other 99. Over time, he would slowly but surely fill the space. Sometimes it was posters on the wall, or adding a bed, cool lights, or maybe some plants to the stream room. But it seemed like the minute it actually started to feel like a home, like someone actually lived there, the cycle restarted. You could see it wearing on him. The sleep deprivation, the junk food, the constant...
Yo, did you see that?
The sleep deprivation, the junk food.
Damn, look at that. He has coffee, crush, looks like what? Root beer, more root beer. You have scores. I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure they got McDonald's in there. Looks like some Burger King, maybe some Chipotle, I think. Looks like DoorDash. Damn, look at all that stuff, man. The dude just throws that stuff on the floor. Jeez.
The constant anxiety. It all started to pile up. Somewhere in that blur of streams and relocations, the pressure began to break through.
XQC is, if you watch his content, renowned for being really, really bad at sleeping.
X has night terrors where he runs through the house screaming.
Felix started having night terrors. Real physical ones.
This morning, I did have a fight, actually.
When he wakes up to that, it doesn't scare.
Yeah, night terror. So, like, I guess he was screaming at night or something?
He'd wake up gasping, disoriented, sprinting across the room trying to escape something that wasn't there.
I just wake up with no air, and I just run. Dude, there's like holes in the walls because of it. Dude, look, there's one above the bed, look at that. Literally ran straight into the wall.
Whether he was with Adept or staying with friends, they would have to pull him out of it before he hurt himself. But sometimes he didn't wake up fast enough.
I woke up, and I hurt myself in panic, that's all. So I don't really know what happened. But it should be fine for now, though.
And even then, the very next day, he was still alive.
I mean, is it worth it to be famous? I mean, I get the money is good, right? Don't get me wrong, the money's good. And the fame and the adoration, but like, that dude can't even be comfortable. I mean, he has all this money, but he can't, like, I don't know, like, he can't even relax. Look at that. He's having night terrors, like, psychological. He's all messed up in the head. I mean, like, he's not messed up, but it's messing his mind and psychologically. He can't even, like, relax, man. That's crazy.
Because for Felix, stopping meant thinking. And thinking was worse.
In a way, when I go live, I have my own little sun, or my little spotlight above my head, right? Recently, it's been like, spotlight goes off, and it's just darkness.
At one point, after years of this cycle, things got so bad that he started writing a will. He
Wow.
genuinely wasn't sure how much longer he'd last if things kept going the same way.
I had a bunch of bad thoughts. Things kept happening that were really bad and scary. I felt like I wasn't gonna live very long.
When he began going through what he had and figuring out where it should all go, it naturally fell to his family. But one name wasn't there, Adept's. And when she found out, everything blew to Kingdom Come. This was the start of something that would turn into one of the most bizarre and public...
She felt like she deserved that, right? But I guess because she was with him and dealt with him, she felt like, hey, he owes me this or whatever.
When Adept found out she wasn't included in Felix's will, the tension between them began to boil over.
Why are you raising your tone? You're raising your tone.
It's really annoying.
You're raising your tone.
I'm tired of hiding behind this f***ing shit that you do every f***ing time.
Wow.
Can you understand that?
What started as a couple's argument slowly grew into something much bigger, one that pulled in Felix's family and refused to fade.
Simi, you called my family psycho, crazy, conniving ass.
Wow. The dude's not only was he going psychologically dealing with swatters and people, he couldn't relax. Then on top of that, his girl was upset Which, I mean, I guess from her point of view, I guess I don't know, but and then that was probably messing him up even more. He couldn't even relax, man. This guy was stressed out like crazy.
I blamed myself.
Look at his heart rate. See that? It's like his heart rate is like 116 right now. See that? Woo! I bet you his blood pressure's high too if you look at it. If they took it, I mean.
I do this with you anymore. You are not a victim here. You have never been a victim here. I'm done speaking with you. You are not a victim. Stop victimizing yourself.
I'm sorry. This got too heavy. I'm sorry. Bye.
Over the next few months, things only got worse. Arguments kept resurfacing, and every attempt to fix things seemed to just make it worse.
You're so cringe.
Sorry. See? Classic. Just like before the stream, you say your remark and you leave and then you're like, got him, dude. It's not how it works, though.
Eventually, Felix felt like he was cornered, like he had to choose just one, family or debt.
I was cornered into choosing between family and Sammy. And unfortunately, what happened is that I kind of just chose family.
And that decision set off everything that came next.
Why are no other streamers talking about XQC divorce?
That's what happened, probably. Drama.
Like how major it is. This ain't like some little thing. Like, this is major. This is having an impact on him psychologically.
Yeah,
After
see, I told you.
Public arguments, intense on-stream moments, Adept took things a step further. She filed a claim saying this wasn't just a breakup. According to her, she and Felix were married under common law, which meant she
Whoa, wait, okay, hold on.
He was entitled to half of everything he owned. Within weeks, the dispute moved from live streams to courtrooms. In Texas, official filings started rolling in, and the court stepped in to stabilize the situation while it played out. Adept was granted exclusive use of Felix's BMW and Tesla. Felix, on the other hand,
BMW and Tesla
was suddenly restricted. No more luxury spending, no gambling, nothing beyond the essentials. They were barred from entering each other's homes, and more importantly, forbidden from talking about any of it online. Essentially, a gag order. Once again, Felix was split in two, the version everyone thought they knew, and the one left behind when the camera turned off. But this time, the internet filled the void. Today, those court records are sealed, but back then, they were open to anyone who knew where to look. A few creators dug them up before they vanished behind closed doors, and with each new filing, the internet got another glimpse into the story Felix couldn't tell himself.
Hey guys.
How's it going? This is Stephen A. Sarch, a journalist who's written for Business Insider and Rolling Stone. But more importantly, he was one of the first people to break this whole story.
The common law marriage itself always seemed really odd to me. Her only evidence behind the common law marriage was in 2020, they went to Canada and they told the TSA that they were married because that was the only way they were going to get in because of COVID protocols.
Wait a minute. So let's look at this guy's room first of all. So, okay, that's fine. He has like robots, you know, stuff like that. So he must be a fan, right? Look at his, I don't know, to the public as married. This type of marriage where the couples live together and present as married has the same legal rights and responsibilities as a ceremonial marriage and must be dissolved through a formal divorce. What? Okay.
Without the ceremony or license, there's just 3 requirements. You have to live together, tell people you're married, and both agree that you are.
Okay, so they live together. They didn't tell people they're married. They just told, like, what, in Canada, the TSA or whatever? And then they both agree. Okay.
But miss one of those, and it doesn't count.
Felix has never publicly made any sort of statement that the common law marriage was, in fact, real.
I'm not married!
I don't want to, like, bash Adept. I don't want to just, like, say she was grasping at straws.
It is hard to discuss this story without thinking ill of Adept, because if you just look at the court filings, it does seem fairly malicious.
Her whole document was all about, I need spousal support, make them pay.
But, you know, taking her opinion into account, it was clear that she felt that she kind of built this guy up and kind of helped him reach the level that he reached.
Speaking of crazy deals, XQC, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, just took a deal, a 2-year deal, $100 million with Kick.
Wow.
Everyone, when it came to XQC, was focused on the Kick deal.
What is going on?
$100 million.
This is a non-exclusive contract for 2 years, meaning XQC gets to have his cake,
and
eat it too, and the baker.
It was and still is the biggest streaming deal social media has ever seen. Yet, somehow, it came right when XQC seemed to be at his lowest.
I understand that XQC can kind of feel slighted by all of this. Right. You know, I was watching the Impulsive clip earlier, and clearly this still kind of bothers him.
Felix, I gotta ask you this. Are you going to give all of your
Hey everyone, sorry about that. I had to cut the stream early that night. I got a call I had to receive, so I had to stop the stream. So I apologize for abruptly ending the video. I'll try to finish the video reactions maybe next time on the next on our stream or some other time. Thank you.